It is 10 a.m. West Coast time. Let a friends know that the trades is on with Break Street Media, AER, B-Boy B-Girl Podcast, B-Boy Dojo, Cypher Beast TV, and Dom Key. We're just warming up. Let people know that the Avengers are in the house. Let us know where you are tuning in from. We are live on Instagram and YouTube, live on Break Street Media, live on bboydojo.com. First time's done ever. The Avengers of breaking podcast shows. It's going to be a good one, y'all. We're going to start in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let us know where you're from. We got Just Rock in the house, Hong Kong in the house. We got Finland in the house. We got LA in the house. We got Panama in the house. If you're watching on Instagram, if you want to leave a comment and join the convo, go to the YouTube link on my bio. We're going to be talking about this weekend, officially, the Olympics. We're going to start the show in 1 minute. 1 minute. Tell a friend the trades. B-Boy Dojo, AER, B-Boy B-Girl Podcast, Cypher Beast TV, Dom Key, and Break Street. All right. If you're watching live on Instagram, if you want to join the convo, go to the Profowon channel. Panama in the house again. Panama, Hong Kong, New Jersey, LA, Philadelphia, Finland, and Portland. We're worldwide, y'all. All right. Let's start this countdown.
This video has been brought to you by Breakin. Go to the website and register. Check out what they have to offer at breakconnect.com.
Yo, what's up? This is Shadow Rock and Profowon of the Floor Gangs and Knuckleneck Tribe, and you're watching the Trades, Special Trades, the show about breaking hip hop and the business of. How is everyone doing? I know we're early for a lot of the West Coast guys that are used to watching this show, but we have something very, very, very special today. I want to get right into it, but before we do that, I want to clean house a little bit. First of all, I'm sure there's other people watching from other channels. 89% of you is watching the content, but you're not subscribed. So what I'd like you to do is, if you want to join the convo, please click the subscribe button, headbutt. I don't like to smash whatever. I'm not. Just click it. Just press the button, and please help the channel out. You could basically help out by supporting. It's always free to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, on the pin to the comment bar is, of course, Supreme Geometry Gear. You could always help the channel by not giving me a Cash App or Venmo, but you could go to the store, help support that way. That way you come off with something instead of just giving me money. You come away with a shirt, and that's the way you're going to be supporting the channel. I don't have it on, but of course I have it with me right here, Supreme Geometry Gear. That being said, I want to get that out of the way quick because I'm really excited about today's show. So let me introduce one at a time the different channels that came together to talk about what's going on this weekend. Boom, boom,
Yo.
boom.
What up?
Boom. Okay. Something is gonna set. Boom.
Bam.
And boom. All right.
Boom.
We're all here live, one by one, starting with Break Street. Let's hear from you, Friction. Let's hear about your channel.
What up, y'all? Yo, follow Break Street Media at Instagram. I'm doing some nerd shit while I'm doing this. I'm going live on my channels. But what's up, y'all? Yo, follow all of us, guys. Do that and let's talk. Let's have a good time.
Yeah, representing West Coast Rockers.
West Coast Rockers, baby.
All right. Up next, all the way from the Northwest, we got my man Tony.
Yo, what's up? Cypher Beast TV in the house. We're on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. My name's Tony47. I go by. I judge jams. I throw in jams out here in Portland, Oregon. The concept of this channel is to explore your mind, your experience through your visual lens. This first year doing the podcast, and many more years to upcoming to the future. What's up, guys?
All right. Up next, let's get Rick the Ruler. Where's Rick? Okay, actually, let's get Donkey.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Domkey from Lines Design Crew. I've been dancing since I don't know, like 1999. So however many years that's been, I've been in the community for a long ass time. There's my dog in the background. He's gonna chill and listen too. But yeah, I mean, I'm hype. If you guys want to send a follow, send a follow. Let's kick it. Have a good time.
All right. Okay, I'm next. Rick, are you ready? Okay. Up next, we got Rick the Ruler. Go for it, Rick.
I'm ready, man. You ready?
Yeah, dude. Let's give your background a little bit.
I want to check in, aka B-Boy Fishgill, 100% raw. I am the host of the AER B-Boy B-Girl podcast. I'm here. I'm fitting to kick in the door. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
All right.
I'm on a delay.
And last but not least,
the best I can.
Last but not least, introduce yourself.
Yay. Yo, first of all, big up to Profowon and everybody over here for putting this together. This is big. All the Breakin podcasters together over here. My name is Focus. I represent Finland, Flomo Crew, People and Bigger Dojo, Cypher Studio, and hey, been a breaker since 1995. A bunch of battles, touched a bunch of battles. Run bboydojo.com. So we have the courses over there, and yeah, let's do this. We do podcast as well, and if you haven't heard about it, it's called The Knowledge Drop. You can find it on YouTube and everywhere else. Let's do this, guys.
Yes. Yo, this is crazy. I'm not used to this, but this is really dope.
We're together.
I know, man. Crazy. Shout out to Friction. Yeah, I didn't give your handle over here. Where's the Friction Break
It's all
Street?
good. You
Boom.
call it Break Street, bro.
Yeah, Friction. Break Street Media basically turned me on to Restream instead of StreamYard, and that's why we're watching live on Instagram at the same time, and watching from B-Boy Dojo Network, Break Street Media. Dude, not too bad, not too shabby. So obviously we are here because of this weekend. It's finally happened. We're finally here, and we are
Oh,
talking
that's much
about.
better, Rick.
Yeah, much
There you go,
better.
Rick. Yeah, you're
Yo,
good.
Rick looks fucking
Rick,
Rick over
Yeah.
here now.
yeah.
There we go. We're at least past 1080 quality right now. For
There you
you.
go. I'm at 720 still. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm still at
My
720.
Well,
apologies.
Tony's
Hold on, but
still,
Rick,
yeah,
we can't hear you though.
My
Like
apologies,
Can't hear
gentlemen.
Rick.
DVD when I
Oh
feel
no,
it.
he's good. He's good. I can hear him. I can hear him. I got
My
all his
apologies,
levels.
gentlemen. My apologies.
Yeah, his levels are good. His levels are good.
Yo, see, that's what happens in Jersey, bro. You just fucking make it work, bro.
Yeah. There you go. So the reason why I came out with this, honestly, man, I watch. Obviously, I think all of us kind of watch podcasts separately, not just on Breaking. I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and I just saw that it was like, okay, he puts on a lot of people, and he's known for is to like he puts people on. His whole thing is that he created infrastructure around comedians doing podcasts because, and it kind of like that his influence, like his audience saw the people that his friends and stuff like that, and thus their audience grew too. So I was thinking, well, no one has done that with Breaking, even though we're still fresh, fresh in the scene as far as, making shows and podcasting about Breaking. And I was thinking, since this is the week of the Olympics where Breaking is premiering, we need to jump on this before everyone else does and say, okay, we actually work together united. Do you know what I'm saying? Versus like separate, like, you know what I mean? And then shout out to like Smurf, Spin Theory. Shout out to the Canadian kids. Shout out to Dean. I put them all in the chat. It's like, hey, let's do this. And yo, we're here. So thanks for everyone for attending. You know what I mean?
Wait, Breaking's in the Olympics?
Oh
What's the
shoot!
Olympics?
It's fucking
Yeah.
idiocracy world. What the fuck?
There you go.
No, we
you
shouldn't
know.
curse, right? No cursing. I'm not gonna curse.
No, you can curse, man. I don't care.
We got well. That's the thing. Kids are watching now, guys.
That's true.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very true.
I
But you
told
know who else
myself
is?
that before I got on. I was like, I should probably limit my cursing as much as possible.
We can go on another podcast, like the late night version, and then go.
But you know who is on? We got Flexum in the house. Flexum is watching. What's up, Flexum?
Yeah,
Hey.
I haven't seen him in a while, man. What's up, Flexum? We're talking about workouts and stuff like that. So to keep the show tight, I have three. Like we did the first part. Everyone introduced themselves. They plugged their shows. But again, because we're kind of free flowing, I gave kind of an outline, but we don't have to necessarily stick to the outline. The first question, and I'm gonna go around, and like I said, I'll be Joe Rogan and Jamie at the same time. If I hear something that's cool, I'm gonna pull up the clip. You know what I'm saying? If not, we're just gonna, keep it rolling. But the first question is, who do you want to win gold? This is different than who we think is gonna win.
I think we all would say us.
Don't-
Personally, you really asked us that question, but go on.
I think I deserve it because I've been representing. So I'm gonna go first to Break Street Media. Who do you want to win?
Me personally. Anyway.
Okay.
No, dude, I don't even know, bro. Like, we were talking about, bro. We all win for this thing, but like, if I was a betting man, I would say Victor because I'm Team USA or Jeffro. But if Jeffro and Victor battled, I would say Jeffro would be like really dope. If we're in a fantasy world and we're picking anybody, I'll say if Jeffro won. But I'm like super biased. And then on the B girls, Sunny, dude, Sunny's been holding it down. I don't know the media. You guys can probably tell me in focus in Europe, because in America they've been pushing Sunny like crazy. Is there a B girl in Europe that they're like showing on?
Well, one at a time. One at a time. We'll get to
anyway.
it.
Yeah, so I would say, so just to break it down, I would say Jeffro and Sunny. If I were gonna have my picks right now.
All right, cool. So
do I think they're gonna win? I'm not sure, but I would want them to win.
Like, who do you want? Yeah, it's who you want. All right, we're gonna go Rick Tarula. Rick Tarula.
Test 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you're good.
So I don't really got a pony in the race. I mean, to keep it real with you, I'm nobody's fanboy. You know what I mean? Um, there's a few people that I think have the potential of at least being in that top three. Um, no one in the men's department that really, strikes me as because anybody could get in that men's side, right? In the women's side, I don't know. I'd probably say logistics got a good shot of coming home with a medal. Um, but other than that, I'm just there to enjoy the event. Salute to those cats that are out there doing the damn thing, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right. All right, let's go to Tony. Tony the Tiger. Who do you think? Who do you want? This is not who do you want versus what do you think? Who do you want?
Yeah, definitely. Olympics is great. Who I want. Look, really shout out to I'm out here in the States, but the Canadian team, Phil Wizard. I have
Oh,
high props for him. I met him out in Seattle in Vancouver, BC, and rooting for him. But in the States, if we're going for USA, I would definitely love to see Victor get a medal. But yeah, Phil Wizard for sure. Other than that, and the women's side, I'm still up in the air. I'm ready to see a good show between them. But favorite is still on top of my mind.
all right. All right, focus. Last one is. Oh no, Domke. My bad. Domke. Who do you
Thank you.
want to win? Who do you want to win? My bad. Sorry.
I mean, I'm from USA, so obviously I gotta be like, a little bit biased toward towards the Olympics, right? So we're rooting for hometown. But I do say, Victor is. I really do. He hope he pulls it out for the gold. B girl wise, I mean, it's the same thing like USA. I just gotta say, there is again there is a lot of media focused around like Sunny, and I've known Sunny for such a long time too, so I really do hope that she pulls through with that. On the outside of saying USA because I'm from USA, I will say I kind of do in a way hope Hong Ten kind of pulls through just because the guy has been he's been in the game for so long that I kind of feel like it's the last thing the guy needs to do out of everything, competition wise is what I'm talking about. So I mean, if Hong won it, I'd be happy with that too. So yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, focus. Last but not least, focus. Who do you want to win?
Yeah, I gotta back Domke up on this one. Like for the guys, if Hong Ten will be able to take the crown on this one, take the medal home, that would be simply amazing at the age of 39. Whoop everybody's ass. That would be crazy. For such a legendary event to come in and sweep the floor, that would be really something I would love to see. I guess for the ladies too, let's keep it our generation. Ayumi over there as well. So Naughty 40 is gonna take the medals home, I believe. Let's do it.
Oh shoot! All right. So I'm
Okay,
gonna.
I'm
I
not
got
about
one
the
more
next
person.
generation. Let's keep
I
I
it
got
got.
one more person.
OG.
Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, go ahead, and I'm gonna say
I
who
got
I
one
want
more
to win.
person who might win.
Oh,
Whichever country pays WDSF more money.
damn!
I'm just kidding. All right,
Holy crap!
that's the last time I'm gonna say this shit because guys, all of it could be fucking rigged. Just saying. All right.
Holy
That's all I'm
crap!
gonna say about that. All right, but it's gonna be a great show. It's
All
gonna
right,
be like they're just thinking who's more marketable, guys.
all right,
Just
all
kidding. All
right.
right.
Here's my take. Who's my favorite? I'll just say favorite stylistically. I like Lee. Like
Mhm.
stylistically, like for me,
Stylistically.
for what my preference in breaking, it would be Lee. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like he has. I'm not. I think I want him to win because just he represents how I break. As far as the B girls, I would say logistics just because she's Panay. You know what I'm saying? She's from the West Coast. She represents, like Philippines and stuff like that, even though she was born in San Diego. Like that's who I would want to win, who I want to
Racially
win.
bias, racially bias. Okay,
100.
okay.
100. 100. And skill wise, and just she represents like that dancey style of breaking too, right? Like Lee's that technical wizardry that like kind of like elusive and hitting different angles that I always imagined to do. He's actually accomplishing it. But as far as like someone that's groovy and dances like logistics is that? You know, to me, out of all the B girls, if I think about it, like who else is there in there? Well, and just the fact that she's USA too. All right, good take, guys. Good take. Before we go on, from Germany, Z says Germany. He wants Germany to win, or he's from Germany. I don't
Z's
know.
from Germany.
Germany,
That's from
Okay,
Z
word.
Caps. Z
All right.
Caps.
All right. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the. That wasn't too bad. Now we can start freestyle. So go ahead, Friction. You were about to say something. My bad.
No, actually Z Caps. Everyone goes to Z Caps. Everyone follow all these channels right now.
There you go.
Do
There you
that for
go.
us right now.
There you go. What were you saying, Friction?
None. Keep going, bro. It's cool.
No, because I was like, oh yeah, no, you were like,
it's
I
all
want to
rigged,
add
bro.
something.
It's gonna be all rigged. Just
Oh,
kidding.
it's all rigged.
Fucking not, just can somebody explain the judging? You know what? When they make
Okay, yo, no. All
they
right.
make the judging so
Here's the thing.
confusing.
So
And no
here's
one
the
fucking
thing.
knows
All
what
right,
they are.
good question. That's a good lead, right? Because honestly, I'll be honest. I don't know how this is working. I've been watching the whole time. I don't know how this. Focus, Dom Key, Rick, who can tune it? Who can actually explain the round robin? You know, shout out to freaking Storm and Renegade, and I've talked to them personally. And I'll be transparent. I don't know, like until it's like the semis and the finals. I don't know how the round robin works. I don't know, and like who can explain this?
It's gonna be a great show, guys. Period.
100.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. I also have no idea.
Yeah.
When you're a b-boy,
Yes.
you're a b-boy, and you can't even explain how it's judged.
I can't, because I see like these rounds going on, and then I see the groups, and then I'm like, all right, let me know when we get to like the actual like tournament bracket, because I can't pay attention to. I look at the numbers from the judges when I'm curious on like how, you know, like how did this guy win? I'll go in and like deep dive into like see what the scores were and everything. Outside of that, all the groups and the brackets and the like whatever top, you know, this group is battling this group 5 times. I'm like, I don't know. Just let me know who makes the tournament, and I'll start watching the tournament at that point.
It's a great show.
All right, can someone explain now?
Yeah, who's gonna take the bullet?
No, well, can we talk about the fact we're not gonna talk about this? The Renegade and Storm not even involved anymore. How you gonna have them make a whole system, and then the day of they're like, oh, well, we don't need you guys anymore. Sorry, guys.
Wait,
Yeah,
are they part of it?
They
still?
honestly they created the trivium, but it's based this judging system is based on the trivium, right? If I'm not mistaken, right?
That's what I think so.
Yeah.
They ain't even involved, guys, anymore.
Who can explain it though?
I can't.
Go ahead. Let's go one by one.
I don't know.
One by one, okay?
I have a feeling Focus knows how it goes.
Maybe Focus
might know how it goes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on, Focus.
Out of curiosity.
All right. So can you?
Just out of curiosity, and I'm commentating on Finnish TV.
Okay, so he has to. There you go. There you go. All right. So Focus, can you explain how the judge? This is gonna. I might make a hot take off of this one. Yes. There you go. Okay, Focus.
Please.
Oh,
so
my spotlight over here. Okay, so first up, round robin, 2 hours. Everybody out battles everybody. Whoever wins the most rounds and gets the most votes, gonna go through. 4 groups in men, 4 groups in women. 2 out of each group half go through, so we make it straight to the top 8. Simple as that. After that, knockout battles right away. WDSF judging system A. Was it A or B? It's A. 5 faders. Basically, round per round judging after that. Oh, there it is in a nutshell.
I gave a little bit
there you have it.
Yeah.
That's
I'm quick, bro.
Over here, so that's not the one they're gonna use. That's only
It's got misbehavior, but
5 faders for the actual.
There's misbehavior.
Big games. So that's not the system.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. Hey.
All right, let's stop it. Okay.
I want to ask you guys all a question on something.
I'm quick. I told y'all I'm quick. I'm quick.
You're doing a great job, bro. That was a great explanation, Profo.
Bro, you're gonna get hired to one of these shows. If anybody's making money off the show, you're gonna get hired.
Cool. Cool. That'd be great.
Great explanation, Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Focus.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Makes more sense now.
Yeah.
You want to?
I mean, I feel like I was like I kind of understood it, but like I was kind of second guessing. Like if somebody were to ask me to explain it, I probably would have just guessed it. And I mean, I think I would have been right if I would have guessed that.
All right, Can I ask a quick question? Everybody can answer.
Go for it, dude. Go
All right,
for it.
like on like Olympic level judging, right? Why are you judging musicality? Like you should already have. If you don't have musicality and you're in the fucking Olympics, what the fuck? So what do you guys think about that? You guys think that should be
Ooh,
at the
good
highest
take.
level? At the
Good
highest level,
take.
okay? I'm not
Good
talking about
take.
kid battles. I'm talking about the highest level. You're judging dancing, like you should already fucking be. That's like you should run fast. So what do you guys think about that? Did that even be
Good take, bro.
No, I
Good
think-
take.
Yeah, I
At the
think
highest level? What do you think, Dom?
it's
Go ahead.
complete. Like, I mean, I'm just being honest as well. I get it because they got to do it because it's a category.
Right.
But I do agree. I don't think it should be like unnecessary. Because what if they score a 0? Like, are you dancing? Like, are you not dancing then? Should you be in the dancing like? Should you even
Exactly.
be?
See, you fucking think
Yeah.
the same thing I think, girl. All right,
Yeah,
go on.
yeah.
Keep going.
But I mean, the categories are like, I am like rather why I deep dive into some of them categories is because I watch some of these battles and I'm not fucking naming names or anything, but like there are some B-boys where I'm like, yo, not one thing you did was original. I go back and I look at them scores. Their originality is at like a, I don't know, a 5 out of 100. And they
Thank you.
still won the battle because the other categories are like, so for me, like you can get away with working the system even if you're not original. And to me, that's like that's an issue for me. Like it's okay. I get it. It's, if we're gonna do this the most fair category style way of judging, this is it, right? I understand it, but do I agree with it as a b-boy? Like your musicality is at like a 5 and you're winning a dancing competition, or like your originality is at like a 10 and somehow you're beating somebody that's more original than you when it's judged technically category off of preference on that aspect of it. So yeah, I don't know. I agree with you though. Like some of the categories, like
originality. Get the fuck. Like if you're not original, you shouldn't be beating that motherfucker.
Exactly.
Ooh.
But hey,
Yeah,
but
no, I
let
agree.
people. You're
I
right.
Ooh.
Let see, guys. This
I
is
think-
my whole thing. Let people do what they're gonna do.
Okay, who wants to jump? Who else wants to jump on
So-
that take?
Well, for the categories for musicality, yeah, they should get a sense of musicality getting into it as a high professional. But are you interacting with the crowd? Are they feeling the music, what you're feeling? Are you interacting with the DJ when he's spinning the beat? Are you interacting with the crowd to get those feels in the moment, right? So are you vibing not just your head, but everyone to feel what you feel within that, the musicality with it? So I take it as like kind of outside in a sense than just the musicality. Music itself.
I'm just
Profo,
for
can you
my
pull up
preference,
the categories
I would
again?
say like I don't think the crowd has anything to do with the way that you're dancing. That's just personally, that's what I think. Like I don't think
like you,
it's the same thing with judges. Like judges need to know not to listen to the crowd when you're judging somebody during a battle. So I think that, taking the crowd into consideration of anything, I think it's kind of like, I don't know, it's not very b-boy type ish to be judging. Like I think the crowd should have anything to do with, the way that somebody's dancing or something. Unless you're gonna have like, presence or something be a category, presence or energy or something in there to be a separate category for it.
Great point.
All right, focus. I pulled it up.
So here we go. 5 categories. Comparative judging. So you're not scoring anybody. You're seeking for imbalance over here in these 5 things. Musicality is up there. Then it comes down to, I think the system is a system. It comes down to the people using it as well. So do they really know what they're doing? Are they trained in a good enough way to understand this system, judging in general, and do their experience speak for themselves? So I guess that's what it comes down to, not really the system, not really it's the people behind it. So that's what we're gonna see. Who's gonna judge it? It's probably gonna reveal it in a couple of days. It's not out yet, so a few more days to go. And I guess they don't want to make it into a highlight of the whole thing. They kind of want to keep judging in the back because it's going to be a shit show anyhow. So let's see.
Yeah, that was a very clean answer. That was a very clean answer. Yeah, I think they do because like this is breaking. That's why breaking is beyond a sport, guys. This is the first activity where the judges actually matter. Every other Olympic sport, you never know who the fucking judges are. You don't give a shit. But anyways, next person, who's gonna talk about that?
Rick, let's hear from Rick. You've been quiet this whole time.
So I would imagine that all those categories have a particular definition to them, right? Which is kind of ain't no different than the trivium. If you guys follow the trivium, all you're doing is creating some type of parameter, and whatever the definition to the specific category is, you have to abide by that when it comes to critiquing these breakers. Now, I don't care how the hell you want to slice it up. There's no judging system out there that's flawless. You feel me? So when you ask, who has musicality? This person got musicality. Well, what type of goddamn musicality are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can we all be on the same page with regards to that particular definition of what that category is specifically saying what musicality is? You feel me? Because
Clarity.
if not, then this is just we're all outside of the goddamn parameters. We're all just, saying what it is that we feel. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think, when we find out who these judges are, and if they judged before in the past, we know their style, we know the way they like to go about judging, we can get a better understanding of what direction they're going to go when it comes down to sitting down and really judging the Olympic hopefuls that are out there.
Anybody else? Anybody else have a take on it?
That was
Profowon.
great. That was great, guys.
That's
Well,
pretty
yeah,
good.
Domke really brought up a really great point. For me, at least, I think it's because we cut from a different cloth. Like, we battle. Like, we've been doing this. So, like, I think through the the innovation and all the new things that are happening, there's definitely needs to be balance as far as there's a new audience, guys. Like, some people would think, oh, you have to cater to the crowd. Like, we come from a cloth where, like, we don't care. We're gonna smoke you right there in front of me or your whole crew. That's how we think. We're not thinking about the crowd. But now we have this new audience that's looking at the dancer as a crowd pleaser in the event. So all these different new events that come up, different categories will pop up, and it's all good. I think just people coming up with their own ideas, their own judging systems, their own things is great, because ultimately it's all going to boil down to where we figure out, okay, this is the best way to do this. This is the best way to judge. And,
all right. Jumping onto that, we're gonna watch this clip real quick of.
Now I'm creating what I'm hearing visually. That's musicality. B-boys before me, yeah, they danced to the music. Yeah, they was on beat. But see, to me, none of that is musicality.
Okay, boom, right there. We just brought up that thing, right? Because that's based off what Rick was saying. Because it's true, like, now, since my channel, we get deep about this. We get deep about, like, what musicality is, because prior to K, I would say the main guys that were really dancing to the music in the mid 90s to late 90s, I'll say them right now: Remind, Abstract, K-Mel, and then later on Machine and Focus, and because prior to that, you might have been on beat. Like, let's be real. You might have. We're talking 95 Radiotron, B-Boy Summit. You might have been on beat. In the 80s, forget about it. Like, it wasn't on beat, right? And this relates a lot to, like, Focus's recent podcast too with Link. But I'm just saying, this is the truth, and I'm gonna throw some history and stuff like that. For instance, I had an interview with Buddha Stretch, and if you don't know, he's like one of the Misfits, Elite Force, one of the first guys to create the hip hop freestyle dance with Link and Loose Joint. And he was saying, I asked him, I go, hey, and this is very specific. I go, when did you start dancing? He said 1979. He was popping, right? Or what they call electric boogie. And I was like, okay, what were you dancing to? And he said, D-Train, you're the, you're the one for me. I said, okay, it's funk. I go, so when Planet Rock came, did it change the way you danced? He's like, 100%. When Electro came, I go, did it work? So you saw Breaking a little bit. He's like, yeah, I saw Breaking a little bit in Brooklyn. Did Electro change the way that, B-boys and B-girls dance? He's like, 100%. So the fact that Electro came, it made it more or less go into the beat, because Electro's going, you could catch every beat in Electro. You know what I mean? You don't have to be on the 2 and the 4. And it changed everything. And even the exposure of breaking around the world, it was Electro. New York City Breakers, they're dancing to electro. Like Rocksteady was kind of dancing to breaks, but it was sped up to like almost electro style. Like if they're listening to Yellow Sunshine, it was sped up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like breaks. So musicality to dancing to this hip hop from the early 90s, late 80s that's based on these breaks. There was only a few people that did it. So what like I'm going off on a tangent. So what do you guys think about musicality? Like when K-Mel did it, you saw it. You really saw it, right?
I
Again,
think
shout
it.
out to Remind and shout out to Ab.
I think musicality is different when you're dancing to actual hip hop music versus
Mhm.
beats that were made by somebody to cater to competitions. I think there's a lot of competition, beats that are made that kind of handhold people, and every time that accent comes, every 16th or every 8th, you're gonna see a handstand, you're gonna see a headstand, you're gonna see a baby freeze, right?
That's very
So
true.
in a way, like a lot of the music is catered to handhold. Now, I don't know what Olympics are going for. Like from what I heard, I don't know, a month or two ago, I heard they're going to be allowed to play whatever music they want. I don't know how that's going to work, like with them stream or them playing it on national
All
TV.
right, real quick, Donkey.
Go on.
Universal owns NBC. So anyone
Okay.
that like if we get like striked for showing the Olympics, it's from Universal NBC. Universal being the main. So here's Universal, right? As far as the company, then you branch out to NBC.
Yeah,
They do own Drake.
yeah.
They do. So if they own Drake and Universal's been around for almost 60, 70 years, they have
Right.
a vast catalog that's clear as free.
Right. Now,
That's the access. Yeah.
which is where, I'm also curious on like what music are the DJs given a specific list of, okay, you guys can use any of these tracks, pick from them, or are the DJs literally going to play it with the way that we usually play at the main WDSF competitions, where it's just the beats that are made that they, it's for the Olympics and everything, but at the same time, like, are they gonna go the route of just playing whatever they're allowed to play there, as in like copyrighted music, or are they gonna keep it safe where they can take their own footage and use it for something later on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I think, like I said, it's Universal. They're the umbrella, right? So if it's like, if they own the Hulk, we could put Hulk with breaking like in the animation.
They're probably gonna give the DJ the catalog and say, "Hey, you can pick any of
Yep.
these songs," and then they're gonna ask. Then they ask for all the songs to review, and then they're gonna go back. They probably already got the songs already.
Which is dope. Like, you know what I mean? Red Bull had to
That's what I'm
pay.
waiting for.
fantastic. Yeah. I think
That
it's
whole
fucking amazing. I think it's the best
educational
thing to
aspect.
happen. Yeah, I think it's like the best
Yeah.
thing to happen actually out of all the big competitions, because I'm kind of like over the whole.
Oh, it's gonna be lit. The music's been horrible the last fucking 5 years.
It's the new electro. It's the new electro.
Yeah, sort of.
It's electro 2024. Like,
No,
but speaking of musicality, we got Why Not in the chat. What up, Why Not? Yo, what up?
Why not?
Check out
Yo.
Why not jump on here?
check out his lessons on bboydojo.com.
Okay,
plug.
I'll give you a real life
Hey,
story,
sign
guys.
up.
I'll give you like a real life story, which is just hilarious that you guys bring this up. Okay, so you know how you brought up KML? I was talking to KML the day before that, and he was telling me, he's like, "Yo, who do you think came out with musicality first, right?" So I'm like, it's fucking, what the fuck? I'm not gonna get into the conversation. I'm having a conversation with Kmart and Remind. Those motherfuckers, both motherfuckers I talked to last week. Anyways, and then I was like, you know what? So I thought about it, and I was like, okay. Well, I wasn't there because I thought he was asking me like in general. So I said Frosty Freeze and Mr. Wiggles, and then he said, "You're right." He's like, "Yeah, sorta." He's like, "But me, I'm the one who put on musicality."
Shout out to K.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, but he agreed with me, bro. Frosty Freeze and Mr. Wiggles. If you think about musicality back in the day, because we weren't there, but like if you see the music, that's the thing. If you see the music and you see the dancer, those two people like brought it. But
I'll say this on video. I know that the early guys did it. The guys that are on the video, pre-Rocksteady. Like I've seen Abby from TBB, a clip of him, and you could tell that that's what they all were on.
Yeah. But and
You know what I mean?
the issue is like that doesn't translate on video. So like the difference
Yeah.
between here and there, that's the thing. Even with the internet, like the battles, the music, all this stuff doesn't transfer into the live event. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
things that need to be fixed. So like the music has been so terrible the last few years. That's why a lot of the kids are like kind of biters. They're just like they're catering to the beats, and the beats are whack. When the beats are amazing, people are going to get amazing. And guys, battles are going to be, this is some future shit. Battles are going to be the way we sell music in the future. So we're going to work with these labels. There's 3 of them: Warner, Universal, and Sony. Those are the ones who own all the music. So if we make a deal with either one of those, you know, be good time.
That'll be interesting. I think that'll be an interesting take. And it's like DJ Premier and Pete Rock making these beats.
Making music, guys.
That'd
If
be
you're
crazy.
listening to this podcast with us, guys, and you make music, start making dope ass music. You have all the equipment. It's in your. You can do it on your phone now. So if you want to make music, make music.
Okay.
Yeah, we need Pete Rock and Premier on board on this one.
Yeah, dude, that'd be crazy. Like Pete Rock's newest stuff is like still like.
And we need new people. We need like Subtronics, bro.
Okay.
Subtronics, Matroda, you know,
You know what I mean?
new people that are into it. So I'm talking with DJs, so dope ass DJ. I'm telling battle beats is gonna be a new. It's gonna be a new genre, just battle beats. Like
You might have something there. You might have something there. You might have something there. Oh, you know who's really good is Adrian Young, the guy who did the Black Dynamite soundtrack, and he did the Luke Cage, and he's a dancer. He started out as a dancer.
Well, a lot of these guys are old too. You gotta get the new blood, you know.
It's gonna be trapped then. It's gonna be trapped, guys.
I didn't know that. I play his stuff in battles, but I didn't know that he dances too. Adrian Young.
He's a freestyle dancer. There was a Christian should know. There was that documentary he came out with. Mikey Disco was in it, and who's that one dude? Popcorn, I think. He's a SoCal guy. Is that what you talk? Do you know what I'm talking about? Freestyle dancer though.
All right, but we'll go. Let's go. Let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. All right,
back
cool.
To the Olympics.
All right,
I'm
back
waiting for
to the
that
Olympics.
educational aspect of bringing traditional music to the mix. Actually, dope if there's going to be a mix of all styles of music that we break to. But if you bring out the traditional, if you bring out the classics,
yeah,
how do people react to it? Like that's what you see. Like, all right, who's a b-boy, who's a beat girl? Yep. Instead of, all right, here's a practice set that I trained my ass off to the latest DJ Flag mix back home. So how do you react to the break?
Yeah, so some of these kids actually really like the Red Bull music. I've heard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a conversation.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh, that's a dope music. Like that's their opinion, you know.
Yep.
We don't like it. Just because we don't like it doesn't mean that's the thing. Just even with breaking, people are gonna think breaking is the stupidest shit ever, like ever. And they're gonna see the battles, and even after seeing the battle, they're like, that's just stupid. But it is what it is. You want opinions. The more people talk about it, the better, good or bad. Because if they talk about it bad and then someone watches it, they're gonna be like, "That was amazing." Just great.
All right, yo, Cooks in the chat. Cooks says, "Buy Bridges popcorn chicken." Bridges, shout out to Bridges, man. Shout out to Bridges out there in LA. Okay. All right, so let's get back to the Olympics. So I asked earlier, who you want to win? Now this is a different question. There's a flip on it. Who you think is going to win? Who has the best chances scoring wise, statistically? See that? Notice, like I said, like you know what I mean. Like we're like people don't like who I want to win versus like who's checking all the boxes. And there is another thing. My man Carl Pioli says like, yes, this is going to be Olympic style breaking. It literally, we could say that now. It's like this is Olympic style breaking. So I'm going to start with Focus first. Who do you think statistically is going to win the categories?
I check the stats at the local betting office. I don't know if you guys can do it, but for us, we can actually place your bets.
Send the bets. Send the bets.
Gamble in the b-boys. So I check out the multipliers, whatever you call it. And Victor for the guys has the lowest multiplier, meaning that he has the best chances. It was like, I don't know, 2.6, something like this. So if you put $100, you get 260 back if he wins. So out of that, my money would be on Victor, of course. I don't know who makes those rates or whatever you call it.
Fiction's laughing for a reason.
Who goes to all the battles and things like this guy has the best odds. Now for ladies, it wasn't as clear. There was 3 on the top, and their multiplier was 4. So it's not as clear over there. You had Ami, 671, and Nika for the top 3. And they were all with the same multipliers. So even those guys who make the odds, they couldn't decide who could actually take it for the ladies. So if I say, guys, Victor probably gonna take it, who knows? Then for the ladies, maybe Ami or Nika. I would say maybe, let's say Nika, because she lives closer to me. Again, regional bias. Let's go.
All right. Let's go to Domkey next. Who do you think statistically is going to take it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick with Victor, just because. Well, first of all, before even getting into it, it's I think knowing the judges as well is going to be another factor of this. Where, depending on who's judging, it's hard to really pinpoint on who I think is actually going to win. I think staying safe. I think Victor is going to take it just because I think in a more traditional, everybody enjoys watching Victor get down and dance. He checks all the boxes. I think that's why I have Victor for it. B-girl wise, I'm leaning more towards Ami because it's almost like the same, a little bit more traditional mixed with, the originality, and she also checks all the boxes. If I want to, but again, this can go either way, preference wise. Lee is another one who, I think checks all the boxes. I think he weighs a little bit more into the creative, originality side of breaking. So that's where kind of judges' preferences are going to come in, where you're combining originality scores between somebody like Victor or Lee. But yeah, if I had to put money on B-boys, it'd be Victor, and B-girls, I would lean towards Ami.
All right, let's go to Tony. Tony, who you got?
Put up the brackets in the background if you can.
On this.
Oh shit. Okay, work.
Statistically, is all around diverse into those categories, but like what Domke's saying, Lee, Hong Ten, all these other guys in the category are great, right? And it really depends in the moment how they perform that day. Leaning towards Ami, I think she's definitely kill it in the game. Logistic as statistically taking it for USA. Yeah, it's just, man, it's hard to say until we see it. Sometimes you can factor all their moves and all their everything that's in the category, the vocabulary and stuff like that. But you see it live, I think that's gonna be a big, huge play into the Olympics. So
yeah. All right, Rick the Ruler, what you got to say? Hey, Friction, can you pull it up for me? I'm trying to look for it, and then I'll just share yours. So go ahead, Ricky.
Oh yeah, I have it. I'll send it on mine.
Yep.
So, objectively speaking, right? And if we're going based off statistics, right, quote unquote statistics, I mean, the most accurate numbers that you're going to talk about that reflect each breaker is probably going to be from the betting system. So, just like what Focus said earlier, if the numbers reflect on Victor as far as being statistically the best to win it, then I guess that's just what it is. I mean, everything else would be subjective and opinionated based. But if you want to be rational, then you would have to go based on whatever accurate numbers that have been provided. And at this point, you're saying the only thing that we have that would reflect numbers would be based off the betting system there. And if the odds show Victor being favored, then I guess statistically he's favored to win. You know what I mean?
Right. All right,
man.
Okay, let's go to Friction. You just pulled it up.
Everyone's saying Victor, it's all go according to plan. Just kidding. Hey, yo, but all right. It's, dude, we all know that's hard to get to. It's a show. I'm just going to say that, guys. It's going to be a great show. I look at it like who's been there, right? So, all of us who've been in the big battles, right? I think a lot of us are cut from a different cloth. When the lights are there, it's a battle. What is this? My light just went off. like it's different. So who's been there? Hong Ten's been there. Sugar Kicks has been there. Victor. And what I'm talking about is a final battle. All the pressure on you. You have to come out. You're tired. They don't have any water. You're just like, damn, I've been here for 8 hours. You know what I mean? Like that pressure. You know, Sugar Kicks, Hong Ten, Lee, they've been there. So, but yeah, I wanted Victor to win, guys. I'm just gonna agree with everyone and say Victor. And the statistically, logistically should win. If 671 won, hey, I don't know what they did with 671. China just created a weapon with 671. If she wins, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think, you know, story-wise, that girl Stephanie from Ukraine, because I heard she had a baby during this whole Olympic thing.
Wow.
And then she still qualified for the Olympics.
Shit.
So shout out to B girls. Let's talk more about the B girls. B girls rule the world. Let's talk about the B girls.
That girl was actually entering. If I could jump in real quick, that
Yes,
girl,
sir.
big girl Stephanie, that big girl Stephanie, she was entering high-level battles while she had the bun in her oven.
Bro.
You feel me? She was like making
I'm like,
semis.
she's a winner.
She was making semis. She was, you know, she was up there, but there she was. She was actually battling with the goddamn bump. You feel me? So
Shout out to
that's
B
what we
girl.
do.
You got a B girl question? Let's answer a B girl
Holy
question.
shit.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
great.
let me say my take, man. Everyone's like, everyone's like,
Whoa.
we'll have a question. Yeah. So my take is everyone just said. No surprise.
Victor. Better say Victor.
I say statistically Victor, but then Lee at the same time he did win both qualifiers with the highest score, right? So he did win China and Budapest, and he didn't even have to do Budapest, but he did do it. But as far as like the World Games with Victor, he was solid. He checks the most boxes. So, and that's the thing. Even though I like Lee and I want, like, stylistically he speaks to me. I feel like as an American we need, because a sponsorship business move, we need Victor to win. But statistically he's gonna win. Like, I think statistically he has the highest score, the highest stats, checking boxes. The other thing, Ami's really consistent. I think she has a really good chance of getting gold. You know what I mean? Like, out of everyone, like, you know, again, like, I want logistics to win, but I think Ami has the best chances to win statistically. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just from my observation.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's where I stand. All right, Break Street, what were you gonna say? You wanted to say something before you disappeared off screen?
Sorry, let's talk about some B girls, bro. Get a B
All right,
girl.
well, okay, go for it, bro. You lead it. There goes my questions.
Who surprises you guys the most out of all the B girls in the thing, where you're just like, yo, this girl's amazing? I think all of them. First of all, B girls rule the world. We respect our B girls, guys, all day, every day, right? Especially all the new B girls coming up. You know, a call coming up. So, but I think 671 is one of the most amazing B girls. You know, we know the Chinese dude's been biting. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
But
I mean,
better we call them out and they learn, right? Because you know, but 671 is the most amazing B girl. So I think that girl Stefani, logistics, they've been pushing like a really good story on her. Like, just the story background is really cool on her. But who do you guys think? Who's one of your favorite B girls in the Olympic lineup?
Who wants to go first?
I mean, obviously, like
it could be a couple.
said earlier, Ayumi. I grew up when Ayumi was like killing it, basically. So like, I've always enjoyed like watching her get down, and like, you know, she's one of the older generations that's like, you know, going against like the kids, and like even outside of like the Olympic battles, like she's still competing in like the local competitions and shit too. So I mean, I'm also rooting for Ayumi just because, I mean, she's just always been like ripping it. I think also, yeah, 671 is just somebody who came out within the past couple of years that I was like, came out of nowhere and like blew it up and is doing like, I don't know, I can see her easily smoking some B-boys too. So like, she's like another one where, you know, I'm not going to be, again, like this is kind of something where everybody has a chance to win. Like there's not anybody in any of the brackets where I'm like, there is no way this person's going to win, because everybody can stand toe to toe. And this is a competition where it's like one little slip up, it's going to ruin your shit for you. So like, yeah, it's hard. Like, I mean, from the B-boys and the B-girls bracket, they're both on fucking, you know, next level. Everybody's going to kill it. So
who's next?
See the list. I love seeing Auntie get funky on top.
Oh, right.
Everybody else is mad technical. Not everybody else, but most of the people on
Italians.
this competition is mad technicals. And seeing somebody just take her time on top, being complete after, but still taking her time on top and party rock during his competition rounds on a platform like the Olympics. That's huge. So I raised my hat to Auntie and looking forward to how she brings it on this
Yo,
level.
shout out to Eddie Styles. That's
Mm.
her coach, an American coach coaching. You know what I mean? Auntie. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I think she's in full force
Wow.
now.
Yep. Who's next?
Damn. Yeah, the one that surprised Donkey saying everyone's still to tell. There's been a moment. How can we? All the girls, B girls are great. They'll smoke B boys. They'll smoke me. But the one that really surprised me is what Big Media said 671. Gosh, watching her, they build the machine for sure. See her stuff since like about a year ago, and she seems to surprise me every time I see her get so. Yeah, she's 671. Shout out to you and killing it and keep doing it. And, but yeah, everyone's toe to toe at the game on the Olympic stage.
Word. All right. Who else? Did everyone say everything? Yeah, everyone say it. Okay. As far as B girls, I mean, to support local, like who didn't make it, who was part of the Breaking for Gold USA is Lavix.
Oh
Lavix is
yeah.
someone, yeah, she didn't make it, but she's someone that, like, stylistically, she's not like a dancey dancer, and like a lot of her foundation of dance is actually more house dancing. But as far as technically, those little intricate transitions, like, like it's like, okay, she's dope. You know what I'm saying? Another one's Pebbles, another like half Panay, sister, you know what I'm saying? Like been knowing Pebbles since she was like 10. So it's kind of good to see her kind of like get part later on to the Breaking for Gold USA. I thought, it's good to like you said, like what Focus said, like Auntie's a dancer that's like bringing that to that stage, and there's not a lot compared to like who's the other dancer that's not B girl, but like Jeffro. Jeffro's a big dancer. You know what I mean? Like out of all, like I think out of the lineup, would you guys agree? Like he's kind of like the dancier of the B boys.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dancey dancer.
Yeah, I like that.
Dancing.
You know what I'm saying? He's not like I said, I said my favorite stylistically, but he would be next on my list as far as stylistically would be Jeffro. What I
Yeah.
prefer, what I like is that dancey type of thing. How does
Oh,
everyone feel about? Yeah, go ahead. Go. Who wants to go next? Go ahead. Yeah,
Rick, did Rick go?
Yeah, all right, let me jump in real quick.
yeah.
As I said earlier, I'm nobody's fanboy. So, I can go to these events, I could go to these jams and not have a supporter and still enjoy the jam. It ain't no different than me going to a football game where I'm not a fan of either team, but I can still go through the whole thing and enjoy it. You feel me? So when it comes to these battles, it comes to these competitions, like I said earlier, I ain't got no pony in the race. But if you ask me, and I don't mean to go too far left, but the Olympics is just another glorified Red Bull BC1. Let me say that 2 times. The Olympics, the
think it's
breaking
rigged.
the Olympics ain't no different than a glorified Rebel BC1, especially now that we know that it's a one and done. It ain't coming back in 2028. It's not coming back in 2028. So for us to sit here and talk about like there's some type of
Great
future
point.
after this, you gotta kind of understand the position that we're in. This is really more of an individual thing, and this is something to highlight those breakers that are in the Olympics right now. But as a collective, as a whole, as a culture, as a community, there kind of isn't no tomorrow for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why in terms of rooting for a particular individual person in the game, it's not really benefiting nothing. I think it's rooting the fact that we're sitting on a particular platform and being able to display our art form, our dance, our culture. You know what I'm saying? So to say who's my favorite, who's this, who's that, nah, I don't really have one. But I love the fact that we do have people that are very deeply involved in what it is that we do and are out there representing their culture, their community, their country, their kind. You feel me? So
Yep.
That's a
There
great
you
we'll
point.
see
go.
what
There you
happens, man.
go.
We'll see what
There you
happens.
go. There you go.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I was gonna go somewhere, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm a fanboy. I love everyone. I'm like, yeah.
Get the first thing to say. That's how New York,
Oh,
guys.
I'll live vicariously
The
through
East
you.
Coast.
Woo!
See, Rick is really from the East Coast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm more
Really
like I'm.
from there.
Look, well, I'm super far. I'm like center left because I'm from San Francisco, so I've seen it all, bro. So I'm all like,
We're all
yeah,
nice
do
and happy.
it,
It's
do
like the
Hey,
difference.
it.
Dom's from the East Coast too. Show some respect
Yep.
for Dom.
Dom's
Yeah,
a nice
Dom's
I
East
like
mean,
Coast guy. He's
20
not
minutes
mean.
away from me.
realistically, I'm not anybody's fanboy either.
See, there you go. Ah,
But
see that? Like you see
but I
No,
will
I'm six
you
number
know
one
with the
fanboy, bro.
Olympics,
I
like
got a poster and everything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
look at his background, bro. Like that. Look at Friction's background, bro. Like
Yeah.
all the freestyle
Look at that.
session, freaking like Cypher
This
Addicts,
is the office. You guys like the Break Street office?
bro. Planet B Boy poster, yo,
Bro, I've been there.
fanboy.
These are not guys from the internet. They handed me this shit, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool."
The difference between East Coast, West Coast, right here. Like,
No, it's great.
Tony's just like I'm. Tony.
That was a really good point, Rick. But you're right, dude. Like it's kind of, if you think about it, it's not really an Olympic sport because there's no future. Like it's not in LA. I think they magically might make it. It's gonna be so, like it's gonna be highest like viewed, highest discussed, highest controversial. It's gonna have huge numbers, so they're gonna be like, well, magically, I think we're gonna have it. But if not, it's gonna be in Brisbane for sure. It's probably gonna be in Australia for sure. By then, we're gonna have way better mics, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on. Focus. You got a mic too?
Yeah, you got a mic, bro.
Can we see your
Yes,
mic, Focus?
sir.
See?
Yeah, Focus has a
Focus got a nice mic.
2032, we're gonna do
Everyone
a
has a
hologram
mic
podcast.
besides me and Rick. I have my headphone mic.
Anyway, so yeah, what do you guys think? All right, so if you guys Profo, so yeah, go on. What do you guys think about that? You know?
No, I
We need to
think
get some takeaways.
It's just more as far as like going off with Rick and what you said, Fiction. I'm more like I'm a little bit like even though it's individualized and this is like more of a Red Bull BC1, like this is the glorified Red Bull BC1. I'm here for it. I'm here for the exploitation. I'm here for the capitalism. I'm here for all of it. I know that's like a crazy, but yet because at the end of the day, at the very very end of the day, after all this type of stuff, I'm still gonna go to Kizar and work on turtles. At the end of the day,
We're all gonna break, even if this
at
didn't
the
even happen.
end of the day, right? Now, does it help? It like I saw Ronnie. Shout out to Ronnie. He has his podcast, the District Podcast, and he said 1.8 billion people is going to be the reach. That's compared to Red Bull's maybe max 10 million when Red Bull does it. Max 10 million. It used to be 1 million reach. Now it's maybe 10 million. The Olympics is 1.8 billion. So, I've said this back in 2016. When that tide comes in, all ships float. So that's why I asked that question. The difference between who you want to win and statistically who should win and who needs to win. To me, US needs to win. In my opinion, to make that cheddar cheese, I feel like US has to win. Why? Because Sugar Kicks already has Mercedes. Phil Wizard already has Toyota. They just gave sponsorship to the US team recently, like really a lot. Besides Jeffro doing Ralph Lauren, like this is recent. Delta recently came in. Jack in the Box recent, even though they're kind of silent, they recently came in. Germany has a state team, a city team, and a country team. Like shout out to Taekwon and Crackers Accident. They're doing their thing. But but we're as far as the country that created this art form, we're kind of one of the last to get sponsorship. So for USA to win, it means a lot. Why? Because other than K-pop, we still like when you listen to a French hip hop song, it'll sound like a US hip hop song, but in French. You know what I'm saying? As far we still move culture and influence culture in that way, pop culture. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick Lamar had the biggest tour, world tour. So and he, and these are cities that don't necessarily English is not their first language, but they love the music. So I think culturally we need this win. After that, I don't care. That's just as far as money wise. Capitalism speaking, and I'll say it, capitalism.
Can I piggyback off that, Profo?
Sure.
You're making a good point,
Yes, sir.
Now you're talking business, right?
Yep.
You're talking from a business perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Now all that shit sounds hot. That shit sounds hot. Everything that you broke down, right?
Sounds fantastic.
With regards to, we need this cultural push. And I would slightly agree with you, but I would say that every American would have to win gold and silver for any business, any corporation, any entity to even recognize breaking as something that's lucrative, something that's profitable. Now, when it comes to business, and I'm going to be short, I'm not going to make this long-winded. When it comes to business, it's a numbers game, homie. Now, being as long as I've been in the breaking scene, not to sound cool or anything like that, but I can honestly tell you, and I can only speak for my particular region, my regional area, since maybe 2014, there's been a decline in the numbers in breaking. Okay, so I can't sit here and say that, from a business perspective, oh, that's a good investment. If the numbers are low in your regional area and we have to rely on one person to facilitate some particular way to help build back or invest into our culture and our community, well, we ain't it. we ain't it. The numbers, I can definitely tell you that the numbers between probably 2009 and 2014, there was more breakers back then than there were breakers are today. I've seen more people come and go than I've seen breakers that came and stayed. You feel me? So from a numbers game, if you want to talk business, you want to talk corporate entities, if they want to really invest, I mean, for the short term, yeah, it's cool. Just like the Olympics is short-term gratification. That shit sounds hot. But if we're looking long-term, those numbers got to get up, homie. We need to bring those numbers big time up.
All right. Anyone else want to jump in?
All right, guys. I'm gonna flip it I'm gonna flip it, guys. Let's flip it.
Here we go.
All right, guys. So everybody listening, okay. So listen, guys. Corporate sponsors are great. Good job for Red Bull. Shout out to them for selling water with hell of caffeine in it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nike. I gotta give big shout out to Nike. Nike. Go buy the Nike Jam. Yo, so guys, we gotta remember, a market's gonna be created. This is what's gonna happen. Millions of kids are gonna see breaking, right? So what does that do? That creates a market, guys. So we need to build businesses. We need to build companies ourselves. Don't worry about no corporate sponsor. Build a business, and then you can sponsor all the dancers and artists and everything you want, right? There's product, there's clothing, there's different opportunities. You're gonna build businesses with this opportunity, this market. You're gonna build databases. You're gonna build a complete business, guys. That's what you need to do. We need to start bigger businesses. Everyone thinking, oh, I'm gonna get a sponsor. That's great and all, but on the higher level, build some businesses. Let the kids, because the person who's gonna get the most sponsorship might not even be alive yet right now. They might be like 2 years old right now, because this thing. But that's what I want people to start thinking about. Start thinking about building businesses. How can you capitalize? Because this is gonna be a worldwide market. In America, and this is talking from, I've done events from 5,000 people to 20,000 people, 40,000 people, dance events in America. When we were doing our
shout out to World of Dance. If you don't know about Friction, World of Dance.
So I've been doing big battles, small battles. I've been in the trenches. I've been going to raves. We're working on some different projects right now because one of the things, the last thing I'll say, guys, our whole thing started from a party and now it's a competition. And now if you go to these events, they're more like a competition. So we got to bring back the party. We got to make it so that when you go to battles, they're the most litest events, period. Like you go, you bring your friends, they want to come back, right?
Yeah,
the past 10 years, the events in America, at least, bro, you take a friend to there, it's horrible, bro. It's hot, it's sweaty.
Yo, I have a question. I have a question for Friction.
Shoot.
How much embassy break you off for World of Dance, bro? How much did NBC give you, bro? How much? Oh! If you don't know,
that was in my pay grade.
I know. I'm just saying this is what Friction's part of that he doesn't like to brag about.
Anyways, I like to hear everyone's perspective. But anyways, that's what I'm talking about. Like I hear so much for the last few years, people want to get sponsors. Like, no, build your own business. And now we have an opportunity with the eyeballs, because all we're gonna get is opportunity, guys. If you're waiting for a handout, some fucking magical fucking person to come and create an opportunity for you, you can wait all day, but it's better to create opportunity than to wait for it.
There you go. All
I'm gonna
right.
say on that one too. I got to bounce, by the way, but
Yeah.
as the last
Last
thing
words
that
for friction.
think
I mean,
about the whole
focus.
thing. Yeah, think about the whole thing in the long term too. This is going to be done in a week, yes, but what's going to happen in 2032? If LA is not happening, then what about 2032? Is 8 years apart. Youth Olympics going down before it, and games going down, whatever, well, games and such. But think about it in the long term. How are you going to be ready in the next 8 year span? So naturally, taking your thing to a business kind of level is going to take time, and 8 years might not be enough for it. Like, I'm still building the dojo after 9 years. Studio is 14 years old.
Shout out to the dojo.
Still
Yeah.
funding
Shout
it, so
out.
let's see how
Yeah.
it goes. So all about like, okay, you make your moves and step by step build on it. So you're not going to be there. Even if you start your company now, it's not going to be blossoming next week, even though we're in the Olympics. So think about it the long term, be patient with it, and work your ass off, Olympics or not.
There
Okay,
you go.
everybody.
Damn, that's what's
Yo,
up.
thank you.
Yeah.
Focus, man. Like,
My
let's
pleasure.
start wrapping it up. We've been about an hour in. So let's get final words since we got Focus. Give a shout out to Focus. Follow him at B-Boy Dojo and
Yep.
Focus.
Go
All
B-Boy
right.
Dojo.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
tuning in and participating. All right. Let's go to Tony 24/7. Any last words?
Yeah, most definitely. Like Friction was saying, a lot of stuff. Wait for sponsors to get at you, right? Be the creator of your path, and that's what I've been doing a lot with this channel, Cypher Beast TV, doing podcasts, and it's a lot future as long as I do this daily. Just got to stay consistent with it. Still practicing, hitting up jams. Yeah, man, and guys, just keep doing it. There's gonna be a lot of naysayers, imposter syndrome, all that stuff. Whatever you feel, just go for it, man, and just do it. Don't let anyone stop.
Have
All
fun.
right. Yes, sir. Okay. B-Boy Domkey, what's your last words?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, like I could talk for days on the Olympics and everything. I'm just gonna say, like, I'm just trying to be real. It's gonna take time before we see any results from what the Olympics is happening. Like Focus said, like it's gonna be over within the week, and it's gonna take time after that. I think I just posted on social media like this past weekend about like if we see the numbers grow from the Olympics and it's a hit, we see the community doing. I don't even know how the again like we can keep talking about sponsorships and whatnot, but like that's another thing that worries me as well. Is like, yeah, we can get all these big heads coming into the community, but with the way that the community has been working over the past year is like a lot of sponsorships just take advantage of breakers, and they take advantage of knowing that
Totally.
like the egos and the clout of b-boys, like they want to overstep everybody. They don't mind about what can we do. Hey, we're gonna give this shoe out. We want to get all these dancers to give their opinions on how to make this shoe, right?
Free.
Now, instead of, hey, we're going to pay you to help design this shoe, it's, hey, we'll give you a free pair of shoes and then just share it on social media, and then we'll see how many shoes we can pump out for that shit. Like, I know just being in the dance scene, I've Reebok was with me for 2 years. And, this whole like a sponsorships coming in and giving you free clothes and free shoes and shit, this ain't new. Like, it's not like it's going to happen. It's going to be brand new. Shit's been going on for years. Like, just, I know, and more people should know that, hey, if a sponsorship comes up to you and approaches you, don't do it for free, because that's something that we got to change. If we're talking about making
Negotiate.
money, if we're talking about like building our community better, like we can't keep undercutting everybody, because that's literally what we keep doing. And I know I'm saying this now and people are going to be like, yeah, man, we're going to listen to this. But the second Adidas comes up to, I don't know, somebody
I'll do it for $20.
yeah, somebody that's been dancing for like 5 years and they're like, well, they said, I can do this and they'll give me free shoes. Like, I'm just going to say like, yeah, I'm sponsored by Adidas on social media. And then Adidas knows that they can do this for fucking 90% of the community. So like, it's not new. I think just people need to have it on their radar to, watch out for when the big companies, if breaking does make it big, when the big companies come in, stand your ground, because they know that they can walk over anybody that they really want to with the amount of clout or exposure that people want to get paid in. So, like I said, this past weekend, if breaking does good in the Olympics, fucking sweet. If it fails in the Olympics, I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna break. Like,
Right,
I mean, it's
that's
for
right.
like people like trying to make a living off of this, but I didn't start breaking to make a living off of this shit. So for me, it's not changing a damn thing. I do care about my homies that want to do this for a living. That's why I'm like, I'm pushing for it more positively. But whether I'm looking at it from either direction, I don't know. I think people need to have an understanding that no matter what, somebody's always going to look at it from a different angle. You can think about positively. There's always going to be somebody looking at it as, I don't give a shit. I don't care about it being in the Olympics. And then it's going to be the opposite way around. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, just be on your guard. Don't fucking accept anything from everybody.
All right, Rick. Last words, final words.
Salute to everybody that's on the platform today. And Profo, thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on and giving me the opportunity to jump on here and chop it up with you guys. I've always been culture community first. This weekend, if you guys are out there, you're listening, reach out to your local community, try to do a watch party. You know what I mean? Get some wings, get some pizza, whatever the case may be. With at the very least, have this Olympics be used as a catalyst to unify your local community, for everybody to come together and enjoy one thing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very, very important that we maintain some type of solidarity with regards to our scene, our culture, our community, and then from there we can watch ourselves grow, whether it's small, big, however the hell you want to look at it. I think that's the most important part, is being in a community first and understand exactly what a community does. But other than that, guys, tap into me, follow me on the gram, AER_B_boy_B_girl_podcast. I'm going to be putting out some more content very, very soon. But if anything, I'm always on the gram. Hit me up behind the scenes if you guys are looking to collaborate. I'm quick on the DMs. I'm not like these other cats that'll give you a week before I respond. Hit me up. Let's chop it up. I'm a regular dude. You know what I mean? Profo, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Let's get up again.
Yeah. So if you could stay on, just stay on. If not, that's all good. Friction. Friction.
Yo.
Last words.
Someone doing 90 in my background. All right. I had to think about that, but dude, Domke got a great point, because Domke, you're a b-boy, bro. We think different. You know what I'm saying? When you break. So, I think right now, okay, guys, people got to know the difference between business and culture, right? Okay, so when you take a battle and has production and lights and judges and floors and score systems and all this stuff, it's not necessarily breaking anymore, guys. It's a business. It's just a show. Okay, so people got it twisted. They think that's the culture. That's not the culture, guys. That's just, and so with entities coming in, you got to understand, like Rick had a point, bro. It's all in America, pretty much around the world, it's all about metrics. It's all about numbers, right? So if the numbers don't hit, and when you deal with a company, they're going their direction, not your direction.
Yep.
That's why I'm saying you create your own business, you go your direction. You can sponsor your people, you do whatever you want. But the culture, if you want to break, guys, if you want to break right now, you want to go to the corner and break, you want to go do a street show, you want to go to the gym, practice by yourself, you want to put the headphones on and do that's breaking. Guys, going with your friends, hanging out, practicing, getting vibed out, getting ready for a battle, that's the culture. That's the hip hop culture. That's business is separate from that. When you put in to get all these metrics and different things, it's not. So the next point, so you guys don't get it twisted. Business and culture. Now it's people are kind of mixing it together, which is great, but don't forget, this is a culture first, guys. So if you don't want to be involved in all this business that's happening and stuff, great, you can go break in the corner. Go break. You don't have to show your sets, nothing. You don't have to enter battle, nothing. Do this for you, because this is a long-term activity. This is a culture. This is it's kind of, for us, it's kind of like yoga. I was at B-Boy Summit breaking last week, even though it was 1,000 degrees, But if you break, just get it twisted. And guys, I call it the artist dilemma, right? People who are very creative are hard to be analytical. right? So, but people who are analytical, it's hard for them to be creative. When you can put it together, when you can find somebody like that, those are special people because they can understand both sides, right? So if you're going to be an artist, guys, understand if you're going to go into this as a business, you're going to get tapped out because when you have to create your art with the deadline, that kind of it messes up music people, messes up dancers, messes up everyone. So if you guys really want to do this as a business and make money out of this, understand that it's no longer art, it's a business. Okay?
Right.
And if you guys want to do this as an art, that's endless. Just do it for fun. Do it for that. So that's basically my last point I want to get. So don't get it twisted, guys. This whole Olympic shit, all these things are happening. It's just on top of the culture, which is great. But the culture is the more important thing because if the Olympics said screw you guys, we took you whatever, we're still gonna break. The culture's still gonna be there. We're just gonna get a lot more eyeballs after this basically happens.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And follow all our, shout out to all you guys. You guys are all dope.
Yeah.
Let's keep
Yo, all right. So before we sign out, my final words are, yo, first of all, this is the first time this has ever happened ever. So thank you for everyone. Shout out to Focus. He had to leave early, but shout out to Domkey. Shout out to Tony47. Shout out to Rick the Ruler. Shout out to Break Street. Y'all made this happen. Like, this is like very special to me, like I said, because like this was some really like I had 3 questions, and again, we're almost at 1 hour and 30. And exactly what I thought was going to happen. We went off, but then we brought it back in. And yo, man, like I said, if there is a wave that's going to come this weekend, I want to make sure that we showed ourselves as far as solidarity, as Rick said. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there's going to be, I'm doing a watch party and a breaking battle right after. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of fun. You know what I mean? So it's just like, as long as like we're showing the solidarity here. We're all from different parts of the world, and we came and joined up and gave our opinions and had a good laughs, and a few people hopefully will enjoy this in the future. Or if you're watching live on Instagram and YouTube, thanks for having us, man. Again, dude, this has been the Avengers Breaking Podcast special of the trades. Shout out to everyone. If those who want to stay after, if you guys want to stay after, chat a little bit before when we sign out, go for it. But I want to say thank you so much. You can follow me on Instagram at PROFO_FLGZ. This has been the Trade Special Edition, Break Street, AER B-Boy B-Girl Podcast, Cypher Beast TV, Dom Key, and B-Boy Dojo. Peace! And see you guys later.